How about some big, soft ginger cookies for Christmas? All right, that's next up on the Dave's Cooking Show. All right, set aside in a small bowl 2 tablespoons of white sugar. We'll use it later. First, let's get the dry ingredients together. 2.5 cups all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of ground ginger, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, half a teaspoon of ground cloves, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and just stir this around till it's mixed. Alrighty, now let's start in on the wet ingredients. First thing you want to do is add 3/4 of a cup of semi-melted butter. It says softened, but I just went with semi-melted. It ends up the same anyway. Then you want to add a cup of sugar. And 3/4 of a cup, if you don't know, is a stick and a half. Then turn this on fairly high, and you want to cream the butter and the sugar together. And then you want to add 1 egg. Pop that thing down and whisk again. And one of the last things we're going to add is a 1/4 cup of molasses. You can either do it like this, or I figured I'd add a little bit on the side because it was coating the shit out of my measuring cup. And also add about a tablespoon of water to this, and then mix until everything is basically blended together. Alright, everything's blended together, and then slowly start adding the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients, giving the batter, time to get mixed and everything. Okay, batter has come together nicely. It should look something like this, kind of resembling wet sand. And then just poke the excess batter out of your mixer thing. And we'll be ready for the next step. Okay, on a parchment lined cookie sheet, start rolling these into balls. I decided to go with about golf ball size cookie dough balls. You should get about 13 out of this recipe. And then you want to pop them into a 350 degree oven. And bake for about 10 to 12 minutes, depending. You should see some pretty great big cracks in your cookies, and they should be done. But if I remember right, it took me about 10 to 12 minutes to get these things done. Obviously, if you make your balls smaller, they're going to take less time to cook. And through the magic of cooking show editing, the cookies are done. Remember that sugar we were talking about earlier? We'll use that to dust your ginger cookies. And then just let them kind of cool out on this pan here for a little bit. And then transfer to a wire rack. And that's it. Big soft ginger cookies. Done.